Made to Stick, by Heath and Dan Heath. Why some ideas survive, and others die. What makes one story reverberate around the world, while another story soon disappears? In other words, why do some ideas stick and others fail? So, what is the recipe for success for an idea to stick? A sticky idea doesn't require press releases or public relations people to spread the word. They spread with much less effort than a poorly constructed message. The Heaths brothers made several crucial discoveries about how the stickiest ideas are put together. These are the 6 principles of stickiness that anyone can put into use when trying to make an idea stick. The first ingredient: keep it simple and surprising. The essence of your idea should be simple and profound. If you can sum up your point in a single sentence or phrase that compels you to follow it, you have mastered this aspect of stickiness. One great example of this principle is the golden rule. Treat others like you want to be treated. This message is so sticky that it has appeared around the world throughout history. To make complex ideas simple, you can use schemas, which are lots of pre-recorded information stored in our memories. For example, using the knowledge schema of the planet's orbits and the sun to explain the model of the electrons and the nucleus. The second ingredient: make it unexpected. The unexpectedness of an idea gets audience members to pay attention to it. Surprises stick to our brains. You need to break a pattern. The most compelling ad campaigns and unusual newspaper stories catch our attention and stick in our heads because they are able to challenge one or more of our expectations. They makes our eyebrows raise and open our eyes to see more. Nordstrom, the retail store, has this philosophy: make the customers happy even at the expense of efficiency. They communicate this via stories from the Nordies, their employee nickname. The Nordie, who ironed a new shirt for a customer who needed it for a meeting that afternoon. These stories provide the first step towards replacing a new employee schema of good service with the Nordie service schema. The third ingredient is concrete. This means that an idea is sticky if we can understand and remember it with ease. If a message is too abstract or ambiguous, it can get lost in the shuffle. The memory is like a Velcro: the more hooks an idea has, the better it will cling to memory. When an idea is firm and clear, people remember it. Find a universal language, one that everyone speaks fluently. It will be concrete. Concreteness is a way to mobilizing and focusing your brain. The fourth ingredient is credibility. If you have the authority, your ideas have much more stickiness than those of someone without it. When a person we trust shares an idea, we are much more likely to care about it than a message from a stranger. Experts and celebrities work wonders because many people recognize them as credible spokespeople. If we don't have access to a famous person, then an anti-authority can also work wonders when spreading a message. For example, Pam Laffin was neither an expert nor a celebrity. She was a smoker whose message was very sticky. Her experiences with emphysema and the effects of the disease provided her with the crucial credibility that helped to create an effective anti-smoking ad campaign, her battle to live with failing lungs. Laffin provides a great example of how credibility can go beyond celebrity and social status. The level of localized details increases a good deal the credibility story. The fifth ingredient: the power of emotional appeal. Tapping into people's emotions and getting them to feel something is a powerful way to get them to care about your idea. Bland, emotionless appeals do not touch us, but messages that engage our emotions are much more effective. For example, one public service campaign that still sticks is the 1970s anti-littering advertisements that featured a Native American shedding a lone tear when the garbage thrown from a speeding car lands at his feet. The ad included the tagline, "People start pollution. People can stop it." The ad campaign touched an emotional chord that crying Indian has become a national icon. The emotions summoned only appeal to a limited set of feelings, such as guilt and shame. Researcher Dan Sirik found that the average person who litters in Texas is an 18 to 35-year-old man who drives a pickup truck and likes country music. The people in charge of a new anti-littering campaign in Texas realized that previous approaches were not going to be as effective with this group because of its predisposition to anti-authoritarian behavior. A new, stickier message was needed, so Sirik developed a campaign that addressed a different and more effective set of emotions. Taking a cue from the tremendous pride that Texans feel for their home state. It accomplished this goal by showing them that the people the average Texan admired did not litter. The result was the very effective Don't Mess with Texas ad campaign. Television commercials were produced that featured famous Texans, from sports and music, all stating that they did not litter. These reduced littering by 29% in its first year. Roadside litter went down 72% during the first 5 years. It appealed to the sense of identity. The sixth ingredient: stories make people act on an idea. According to psychologist Gary Klein, author of Sources of Power, stories stick inside people's minds because they contain wisdom. Powerful stories are told and retold, so people will learn to do things that will help them or others. Great stories also demonstrate unexpected causes and effects, point to better solutions. One reason why great stories make people act is because the human brain is highly susceptible to mental simulation. When we imagine events or sequences of events, we trigger the same parts of our brain that are triggered when we experience a real physical activity. When scientists look at the brain scans of people who are told to imagine a flashing light, the same areas of the brain are activated as the ones that are activated by a real flashing light. This all leads to the conclusion that mental simulations, through storytelling, can help us do many types of things. Mental simulation can improve our ability to solve problems because it can help us anticipate the right response to a future situation. For example, picturing a difficult situation, such as an argument with the boss, and imagining a better way to respond, such as avoiding the usual reaction, can be an effective way to prepare for the situation before it occurs. One study even showed that mental practice produces about 2/3 of the benefits of actual physical practice. Remember, a sticky story is really just a mental simulation that guides people through a lifelike framework to a nugget of wisdom that we want them to remember. When a story connects to its audience through links to real experiences, it will be recalled, retold, and used to spread an idea. Great stories inspire. The great thing about stories is that they really don't take too much creativity to use. Great stories are all around us, we just need to learn to recognize the best ones that pass in and out of our daily lives, and catch them so we can apply them when we need them most. Now, you have the tools and the framework. Go and make your ideas stick. Best of luck. If you like the content, please subscribe for more valuable content.